so I'm in the car here and I pulled over. I'm out, you know, picking up some things and then whatnot, and I pulled over because we need to get it out. Okay, so I have been really dealing with some feelings of like guilt and shame, like kind of embarrassment, right? And this morning I just had a download, like Holy Spirit just really dealt with me, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're right, like I got my confidence back. And as I'm getting my bag ready to leave the house, the Holy Spirit was like, grab your camera. And I was like, okay, cool, working on being obedient. Holy Spirit said, grab your camera and you're going to record what I told you. And I was like, that's a little personal, like, Lord, you know I don't like people in my business. And he just revealed to me, like, some of the things that I'm going through, other people are also going through. And some of the things that you're going through, other people are also going through. So never think that you're alone. Never think that you're by yourself. Never think that, oh, I'm so embarrassed because I'm dealing with this. Nobody else is dealing with this, because that's not true. There are other people dealing with it. You know how many people are in this world, in the United States alone, but you know how many people are in this world? Like, don't ever think that you're by yourself, that you're the only one, that you're the 1 in a million chance of dealing with your situation. Not even true. So, like I said, I was dealing with some thoughts of guilt and shame and embarrassment, like, you know, this is going on, this is happening to me, and you know, I am so embarrassed, which I kind of am embarrassed. However, the thing that I realized, you don't have to be embarrassed because you're not by yourself. There are some people who have to go through the experience in order to gain the wisdom so that they can share it with other people. And this is something that I knew but didn't know. It's one of those things that, like, you knew it but you didn't know it, or you didn't realize how heavy that really, you didn't realize how true that is until it was applied to you in your life, in your situation. And so, you know, the whole point of a testimony is to encourage other people, but also there's some hard lessons that some of us had to learn. There are some things that some of us had to learn the hard way. If no one ever learned the lesson the hard way, how would we be able to help other people? Meaning, okay, you remember how when we were coming up, and maybe it's just me, I don't think it's just me. Remember how when we were coming up, our parents would tell us things and we'd be like, why? And what did they say? Because I said so. Saying because I said so, or do as I say, not as I do, was not enough, at least for us. I believe millennials, we a little hard-headed. You had to go through that so that you can learn the hard lesson, so that when you go to speak with someone else and share with someone else and help someone else, it's no longer from an I said so standpoint, but it's more so, listen, this is the lesson I learned. I can give you wisdom and you can make the decision whether or not you're gonna move or shake, or whether you're gonna heed the advice or heed the warning or not. I say all of that to say, don't look at where you are and think less than. Help me say it, Jesus. Because insecurities will make you say, oh, you're just horrible, or you're just not good enough, or you're just the absolute worst. Oh, you're unworthy. Oh, you don't deserve it. You know, this is why this is happening in your life, because you're just unworthy. You don't deserve it. Like, insecurity will feed those thoughts. But you can't let it. You can't let it, because the truth of the matter is, you can't appreciate up until you've been down, Tyler Perry. But also, some of us, we have to learn the hard lessons. And hindsight is 20/20. Like, you can see, how did I get here? Okay, I ignored this and I ignored that, and I made allowance for this, and I compromised on that, and I wasn't doing this the right way in the first place. Like, And it's for, you know, we don't know what is down the road. We don't know what's down the line. We don't know who is going to need our story, who is going to need the wisdom that we have gained from our situations. I remember beating myself up, saying to myself, you should have known better, you're such an idiot, foolish, you were foolish, people were laughing at you, people were mocking you, and be that as it may, they probably were. However, I had to go through some of that. I had to go through that to learn the lesson, to learn from my mistakes, to realize my mistakes, to realize certain things, to grow, to mature, to gain the wisdom that I have now. I literally just had a conversation with someone that went on for a good 3 hours. It was just nothing but pouring out, and come to find out, the way the conversation lined up, it was like, wow, I would have never been able to share this with this individual. I would have never been able to help this individual if I didn't gain this wisdom. And I would have never gained this wisdom if I had never gone through the testing, if I had never experienced that situation. Yeah, so don't beat yourself up. You're fine. You're okay. I wrote a sticky note the other day that said, you're fine, I'm just trying to make you better. And that's what the refining process is. That's what the pruning process is. Nothing is wrong with you per se. When I say nothing is wrong with you, I mean don't believe the lies that you're not good enough, you're inadequate, you'll never be enough, you don't deserve it, you're not worthy. Those are lies. Don't believe that. Don't believe that, because none of that is true. Nothing is wrong with you. But there are some things that need to be worked on. There is some refining that needs to take place. So don't beat yourself up. You might have been a little foolish. Okay, forgive yourself and move on. Forgive yourself and move on. Forgive yourself. Recognize, okay, yeah, you know, that was a little mistake, that was a little error or whatever, but give yourself grace. Like, okay, I made a mistake, I'm human, I made a mistake, but now that I know, I won't make that mistake again. Okay. All right, but be encouraged. Like, you're not alone in what you're going through, number one, but number two, some of us have to learn the hard way. But it's for a reason. It's so that we can literally share from experience. It's so that we can share from experience, gained wisdom and insight. It's not empty words. It's not, oh, I'm saying this because it sounds good. No, I'm saying this because this is my story. This is what I learned from it, and I share that with you. Now, whether or not people take your advice, whether or not they gain the wisdom and apply it, that's up to them. That's on them. That's not on you. That's not your responsibility. But anyway, I hope that encouraged you. I hope that helped you the way that it helped me. And this car has driven by me twice. It's time to go. Until next time.